Hello children, it's Sharda Vidya Vikas Mandal. Mrs. Geetanjali Joshi is uploading test series for Dr. Homi Baba Bal Vaignanik competition. I am going to give the explanation and solutions of multiple choice questions in this test 8. Now I have already uploaded test 7 on YouTube. My channel is Geetanjali Joshi. So please see those videos and PowerPoint presentation and all the explanation and solutions of test 1 to 7. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. So let's start test 8. Choose the correct options from A, B, C and D. The first question. What is the smallest bone in the human body? Stirrup, stipes also it is known as. B is femur, that is a thigh bone. Scapula and humerus. Scapula is actually in the back, that is on the shoulder, and humerus on the hand. So the smallest bone in the human body is stirrup, which is inside the ears. So A option is the correct. Second question. In the pinhole camera, light rays from the source are moving through the pinhole and incident on the screen. This is due to the rectilinear propagation of light, interference of light, diffraction of light, or dispersion of light. It is the first option, rectilinear propagation of light, because the shadow formation is due to the rectilinear propagation of light, that is, light travels in a straight line. And even it is applicable for pinhole camera. Third question. Which of the following can never form a circular shadow? A ball, it will form a circular shadow. A flat disc also forms a circular shadow. A shoe box, which is a rectangular one, will not form a circular shadow. An ice cream cone, yes, it has got one part is circular, so it will form a circular shadow if you hold it in a proper manner. Fourth question. So third question, C option is correct. I have already put the dot there, so you can understand which is the correct option. Which of the following are not always necessary to observe a shadow? A option is sun, B is opaque object, C is source of light, and D is screen. Sun being a source of light, it is not always will give the shadow, because sun means when it is only during the sunlight. But night time also shadow can be seen because of the source of light, which can be bulb, etc. So torch light also. So therefore sun is not giving always the shadows. Shadows will not be formed in presence of the sunlight always. So sun is the correct option. That is, A option is correct for the fourth question. Then fifth question. The water that is fit for drinking is called, it is called potable water, not mineral water, river water or tap water. Fit for drinking means potable water. That can be mineral water, that can be tap water, that can be river water which is purified. Okay, so potable means fit for drinking. That is the correct option. That is, A option is the correct one for fifth question. Now the sixth question. Which of the following statements is not true regarding the shadows? Shadows gives only the outline of the object. This is correct. Shadows are formed due to blocking of light by the opaque object. That is also correct. C option, shadows are similar to images. No, they cannot be similar to the images. They will be different. Images can be either bigger, smaller, or they can be of the same size of that of the object. So it is not the images. Shadow is because of the shape of that particular object. So shadows are formed on the opposite sides of the source of light. That is also correct. So the third option is wrong here, which is actually the correct option for our question. Seventh question. Which of the following is grouped incorrectly for P luminous and Q non-luminous? Luminous means which emits light, and non-luminous means which do not emit light. So here A is firefly and housefly. Yeah, firefly is luminous, but housefly is non-luminous is not correct. Glowworm and earthworm. Glowworm is correct, but earthworm is not correct. It is not non-luminous. Metal spoon and torchlight. Metal spoon, yes, it is luminous because it shines. And torchlight is non-luminous because it cannot emit its own light. It is due to the electrical thing. Star is luminous and moon is non-luminous. So here, incorrect group. So firefly, housefly is luminous and non-luminous. Glowworm is luminous and non-luminous. Metal spoon is torchlight. They are neither luminous nor non-luminous. Star and moon, they are luminous. So incorrectly. Please remember to read the question correct. Otherwise, if you don't concentrate on reading the question, you may be wrong. So here, incorrect option you have to find. That is metal spoon and torchlight. Eighth question. Which of the following statements about light is correct? The pinhole camera take images of moving objects? No. The image formed on a screen of pinhole camera is erect? No, it is inverted. Light rays incident on the mirror can be reflected. Yes, this is the correct option. Opaque objects emit light of their own? No, they cannot emit light of their own. So C option is the correct statement. About light is correct is the C option. So 8 is C option. 9 question. 4 children A, B, C and D were asked to arrange a force of rolling, sliding and static friction in the decreasing order. Who has arranged correctly? Decreasing order means the smallest to greatest. So which has got the smallest? Decreasing, greatest to smallest, I'm sorry. So rolling, sliding and static. Rolling is the greatest, and so static, sliding and rolling. Static is the smallest. Static has the greater friction. Yes, greater friction. Sliding is little bit less than it, and rolling is the very, very less friction. So here decreasing means static to rolling. So static greatest, sliding is less than it, and rolling is the most having the very less friction. That is why you can slide a little bit more less than the rolling. Rolling has got a very, very useful because it has got a very less friction. So static is the more and rolling is the least friction. So that is why A option is the correct. So decreasing order means greater to smaller and not smaller to greater. So static greatest, sliding little minimum, middle, and the rolling is the least friction it can. So next, 10th question. Select the incorrect statement about the effects of force. Force can change the direction of the moving object. This is correct. Force can make the object disappear. No, that is not correct. Force can change the shape of the object. Force can stop the moving object. So second option is incorrect about the effect of force. 11. Which of the following is contact force? It is the frictional force. Gravitational, magnetic and electrostatic. They are not contact force, they are non-contact forces. Because gravitational force, the object need not be in contact with the other object. Magnetic also, it can attract the magnetic substance towards it. And electrostatic, it can, bits of papers can be attracted towards the electrostatic force. That is electrostatic charge. So frictional force is the contact force because we need to have the contact between the two surfaces. So A option is correct for 11th question. 12th question. What does the following symbol represent? It is the illiteracy. If you don't read the book, you will not be literate. So it is illiteracy. Illiteracy, that is the B option is the correct one. 13th question. Which of the following is a reversible change? Cooking of food, melting of ice, burning of a candle, iron rusting. Cooking of food, you will cook the food, raw food will change into very soft food. So melting of ice, you can get back water. Water again when you freeze it, it gives you ice. So burning of a candle also, it will not, the candle will change its appearance as well as its state. So therefore, it is the, and also chemical changes take place when you burn something. Iron rusting also chemical change. So therefore, B option is the correct for 13th question. 14th question. A metal rim is attracted to a wooden wheel, attached to a wooden wheel by heating the metal rim because it expands and then when it cools it contracts, so it can be fitted in the wooden wheel. Cooling the metal rim, no. Placing the rim on the wheel while it's hot. Welding the rim, no. Heating the metal rim so it expands and then it is getting fitted, and when it's cooled it will contract. So that is why A option is the correct. For 14th question. 15th question. Which gas is essential for respiration in most living organisms? It is oxygen. Oxygen is helpful for respiration. So B option is correct for 15th question. 16th question. Which component of air is harmful to living beings? It is dust and smoke. Nitrogen and oxygen is helpful component. Carbon dioxide, water vapor. For plants it is helpful. Water vapor and nitrogen, it is very helpful. So C option for 16th question is correct. Dust and smoke will cause pollution. 17. What is the process of separating cotton fibers from seeds called? It is called ginning. Spinning is we are making the yarn. Weaving is yarn is being made into fabric, and knitting also same thing. So ginning is separating the seeds from the cotton fibers. So 17 C option. 18. Which of the following is an animal fiber? Nylon, cotton, silk, polyester. It is the silk. It is animal fiber. It is because of the silkworm. So silk is obtained from the silkworm. Cotton is plant fiber. Nylon is the synthetic fiber and man-made, and polyester also is a man-made fiber. So silk is a natural fiber which is obtained from animals. 19th question. Which of the following materials is transparent? A wooden block, a plastic bottle, a glass tumbler, a mirror. A glass tumbler is transparent, mirror is opaque, plastic bottle is also sometimes it can be opaque, wooden block is opaque. So C option for 19th question is correct. 20th question. Which liquid will not dissolve in water? It is oil. Sugar dissolves, salt dissolves, ink gets the color because it dissolves. Oil will not. It actually disperses and dissolves also. So oil is not soluble or it does not dissolve in water. It floats on water. 21. How can we separate a mixture of sand and salt? By using a magnet? No. Magnetic separation for magnetic substances. By adding water, filtering sand and then evaporating the water to get salt. Yes, that's a correct option. By using a sieve, only the smaller quantity can be separated from a bigger quantity of different sizes. By adding oil and letting it settle, that is, it will only float and then only oil can be separated, but not the sand and the salt cannot be separated. So B option is the correct for 21st question. 22nd question. What is the primary function of stomata in leaves? To absorb sunlight, to release oxygen, to absorb carbon dioxide. All of the above is the correct. To absorb sunlight, because stomatal openings in the process of photosynthesis, they absorb sunlight, they release oxygen again in the photosynthesis. They release oxygen to absorb carbon dioxide in the photosynthesis. All the above is correct is the function of the stomata in leaves. 23rd question. We use dash energy to play cricket. Chemical energy as well as muscular energy. Both A and B options are correct. None of this is not correct. So A and B is the correct option. So C option, both A and B is the correct for 23rd question. 24th question. Assertion and reason. Assertion is shadow is formed when light falls on the wooden block. Wooden block is an opaque object. So naturally its shadow will be formed. Reason. Wood is an example of an opaque object. So here both assertion and reason are true. And reason is the correct explanation of assertion. That is the correct option for this. We have to check whether assertion and reason, they are related to each other. If they are not related to each other, one may be true, the other may be false. They may not give the correct explanation. So you have to see properly the assertion and the reason. Assertion means some inference is given and reason for that. So observation it will be. So both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. That's not correct. So A option is the correct for this question. You may be asked some questions of this type in your Homi Baba Bhai competition exam, which is approaching on 8th November 2025. So 25th question of my test 8. So it is the last question. Which of the following is a part of human skeletal system? Heart is of circulatory system, brain is the skeletal system, nothing, it is also, and lungs is also. So skeletal system means the bones. Brain is not the bone, brain is protected. This is the organ of thinking, which is protected in the skull, which is a skeletal, which is the organ of the skeletal system. So here the rib cage, which is a bony skeletal system, and which is in the which protects the lungs and the heart, which is there in our in our near the breastbone and in our front part of your body. And then D is the lungs. That is not correct. Lungs is again a respiratory organ. Rib cage is the skeletal system. Human skeletal system has the bones, and it is the bony cage, it is called as. So it is in our dorsal part of our body. So like, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Children, God bless you for your exam which is approaching. Many more such competitive exams like NSO and Young Scientist exam which are also approaching in October, November and December. So the dates will be announced, and in my one test series I have given the dates of those exams. Please see them and practice, and again read these questions. Try to recollect the options which are correct. So because MCQ questions are not very easy for you to know the correct option, because you have to read again and again the options before you shade you on the OMR sheets. So God bless you and thank you, children. Best of luck.